A deeper reality. Have you ever seen a person who prefers to stay home even when given the chance to go out? Someone who finds peace in their room rather than at a party. Someone who prefers to sit alone, read, think, or just be quiet instead of hanging out with friends. If you have seen such a person, or perhaps you are one yourself, then this text is meant for you. Is there something wrong with you? If you prefer staying home, it is not because you have a deficiency or a flaw. Rather, it is because you possess something that, to this day, has not been properly understood, not by your family, not by your friends, and perhaps not even by yourself. There is a very old way of thinking in this world that those who stay home are weak, those who don't go out are cowardly, and those who remain separate from the crowd must have some sort of deficit. However, science and psychology say something quite different. What it means to be an introvert, there is a vital distinction here for people who love being out and interacting with others. Their nervous system derives energy from social interaction. They feel refreshed after returning from a social gathering. Conversely, for those who prefer to stay home, the reason is that their nervous system feels depleted after social interaction. They get tired and feel a need for solitude. Such people are called introverts. But very few realize that being an introvert does not mean being shy. It means that when these people are alone, their mental energy begins to recharge. Home is not a place for them to hide, but a place to recharge. Deep thinking and observation. To outsiders, it may look like someone sitting at home is idle, lazy, or unproductive, but the minds of those who prefer to stay home are constantly working on something. Externally, they may appear quiet, but there is an entire world flourishing within them. These people are deep thinkers, detail-oriented, analytical, and creative. Another quality that is rarely mentioned is their observation power. They are soft-spoken, they watch, listen, and feel more than they speak. They catch things that get lost in the noise of a crowd. They go to the root of the matter. People often think that someone who doesn't go out or socialize much is poor at forming relationships. But the truth is the exact opposite. People who prefer to stay home choose 2 or 3 deep and genuine relationships over 100 shallow ones. There is no pretense in their friendships. There is depth. And this depth makes them far more trustworthy than those who spend all their time in crowds. Social misconceptions. Often, even those closest to you, your family, misunderstand your preference for staying home. If a friend invited you to a party and you didn't feel like going, they might think you don't value the relationship. If you are sitting alone in your room, family might start to think you're sad or withdrawing, assuming something is wrong. They fail to understand the difference between staying home and running away from life. You stay home because you find peace in spending time with yourself. You get time to think, you grow, and you meet your own self. This is your strength. A study at the University of Texas found that people who enjoy spending time alone are more clear about their goals, more focused, and emotionally more mature and stable. Being self-aware helps them make big life decisions, a kind of clarity that those lost in the crowd often never find. Tolerance and resilience. Another powerful trait of these individuals, which few notice, is their high tolerance level. Their capacity to withstand stress and pressure is much better than others. When a storm hits the external world or a major problem arises in life, they don't make noise or complain. They remain calm. They face situations with patience and endurance. They don't run away, they don't whine, and they don't complain. They stand firm. Conclusion: society must understand that every human being is not the same. For some, happiness does not lie in noise and commotion. For others, happiness is holding a cup of tea in a small room, silently looking out the window. Neither way is right, and neither way is wrong. These are simply 2 different ways of living life. It is a matter of personal choice, and it should be accepted with an open heart. Learn something new every day. Think new things, do new things, and keep growing.